Have you ever seen how fast a rumor, especially online, can just catch fire? Creates all this confusion, this tension, almost from nothing. It feels like one post sometimes, and suddenly things feel, well, a lot less stable. So today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of situation. We're looking at these recent social media claims that Somalia's federal government had moved troops into the northern regions of Sanaag and Sul, very contested areas. Our mission really is to unpack how those claims spread and maybe more importantly, how Somalia's government pushed back against what could have been pretty destabilizing. We'll look at what the defense minister actually said, what people on the ground found or didn't find, and what security analysts think it all means. It's about how information or maybe misinformation works in these really sensitive places.
Right. And what's really key here, I think, is that this goes beyond just a simple, no, we didn't do that. This whole incident, it kind of shines a light on the really complex situation there. You've got federalism, you've got regional autonomy claims, and then these deep, decades-old territorial disputes between Somaliland and Puntland playing out right there in Sanaag and Sul. It's a real flashpoint.
Okay, so given that backdrop, that volatility you mentioned, the government's reaction becomes absolutely crucial. So what did Somalia's defense minister, Ahmed Molam Fiki, actually say? How did he respond when these claims first surfaced?
Well, his response was immediate and very strong. Unequivocal, really. He didn't just sort of deny it. He flat out called the claims baseless. Said there was no evidence at all. He stated, and this is a direct quote, "We categorically deny that any federal units, advisors, or equipment were dispatched to Sanaag or Sul." And his reasoning was clear. He said there was simply no operational need for such a deployment, nor has one taken place. He used really direct language to just, well, shut it down.
That does sound pretty definitive. But he also, interestingly, accused unnamed political actors of trying to stir things up in areas that are already disputed. Who might these actors be? And I guess why? Why spread rumors like this in those specific regions? What's the motivation?
Yeah, that's where you get into the underlying politics. He didn't name names, obviously. But the implication is pretty clear. It points towards groups, maybe individuals who benefit from instability or perhaps want to weaken the federal government's standing, the motivation. Often it's about trying to gain some political advantage, maybe disrupt talks or reconciliation efforts, or just generally create chaos they think they can exploit. It's classic information warfare, really, designed to sow distrust, maybe provoke a reaction.
And he didn't just blame them. He also pointed out sort of holes in their story, contradictions in the rumors themselves. How did that work?
Exactly. He kind of turned it back on them, highlighting the illogical nature of the claims. He pointed out, how can you say on one hand the federal government is too weak to even control Mogadishu, its own capital, and then in the same breath claim it's suddenly strong enough to send whole battalions way